Tokyo Ghoul, along with Akame Got Kill, were the two most requested anime that I review with the upcoming summer anime showings. So, I've already reviewed Akame Got Kill, episodes 1 and 2. You can find those on my channel. But now it is time for Tokyo Ghoul. So, as always, in the beginning, I'm going to talk about non-spoiler stuff before we get onto, some spoiler stuff. So, non-spoiler stuff, the anime is beautiful to look at. It has a very, very interesting concept and plot. The synopsis of the plot is essentially, there are these ghouls that feed on humans, and essentially one human for one ghoul can feed them for about a month or two. Once they feed on a human, they don't need to eat for about a month or two. However, there are these binge eaters which obviously binge eat, and they eat a lot more than one human, and it causes this big, huge thing and whatever. That's not really the synopsis behind the story, but that's as much as I'm willing to say without getting to spoiler territory. Voice acting is phenomenal. Again, the anime looks great. It has a very cool concept again, and I honestly believe that this one is probably, out of the summer anime that I've seen so far, this one is probably my favorite so far. I think the first episode grabbed me the most. Akame Got Kill's first episode was insane, but I feel like this one was a lot better. Now, one thing to take note of, this anime was very, very, very fucking predictable. I called everything that was going to happen. Not exactly the way they handled it, but essentially the events that transpired, I knew immediately. Like, it was very straightforward, and it was pretty easy to pick up on. But with that being said, I think Tokyo Ghoul still is the best one that I've seen so far. And now I'm going to talk about exactly what happened in the episode. So, I don't know why I just paused there. So, Kaneki, which is the main character, has a crush on this girl named Rize. And turns out that, they end up going on a date or whatever, and then he ends up walking her home because the whole ghoul attacks and all that stuff. You guys know, you guys should have watched it, and if not, maybe you're just trying to see how the pilot goes. But essentially what happens is while they're in the coffee shop, the main character Kaneki and his best friend Hide, on the news, they're talking about how these ghouls are going and they're running rampant, and there's some of them are binge eating. It's just basically a news report on ghouls. And then once I keep forgetting the name, Kaneki brings Rize to her home. It turns out, whoa, lo and behold, she's actually a ghoul. She gives him a hug and says, "Oh, I noticed you've been looking at me, baby cakes." And she's like, "I've been interested in you too." Takes a bite out of the man's shoulder. Now, I called it, like, from the beginning. Like, as soon as I saw this bitch, I was just like, she's a motherfucking ghoul. Like, that's fucking it. Like, she just has to be a ghoul. There's no fucking way. Especially the way she was acting. It all seemed just way too perfect, and it seemed to just, move too smoothly for there to not be an issue, especially considering that this is an anime. So, again, she's starting to attack him. She's like, "Oh, I'm gonna fucking eat you. I'm gonna tear your guts out," and all this shit. And then, while he's backed up into a corner, a bunch of these, like, construction things come undone and smashes on them. And now, all of a sudden, he's, like, in a daze, in a coma almost, and he can overhear the doctor saying, "Oh, who cares? I'll take all the blame for it. Just transfer her organs into him. It doesn't matter. Just transfer the organs. Like, we gotta save this kid," essentially. And what ends up happening is the kid wakes up, and the left side of his eye is, like, all weird and shit. It's the thumbnail of this video. And right then, I knew what happened to be true, is that the kid turned into a ghoul because he has that girl's parts in him. Some of her organs are now in him. So the way he finds out, though, I thought was really fucking cool, and his desperation, like, "No, this cannot be me. I will not be a monster. I'm human. I'm fucking human. I'm not a ghoul. I'm not a ghoul." And when he brings the knife and tries to stab himself and the knife just breaks, that was an incredible scene. The way he just finds out about it, and his desperation to not want to be a ghoul was absolutely amazing. I felt that, man. Like, I actually felt chills up and down my spine. I thought that was handled very, very well. The animation on it was, you know, a combination of like morbid and just interesting as well. The overall animation art style is morbid and just interesting as well. So, and then comes the point where he's getting really hungry. Like, he cannot control it anymore. He just needs to eat. And then he senses something. He's like, oh my goodness, this is something that I can eat. And then he just dashes straight for it. And it turns out that it's another ghoul eating a dead human. And then he realizes that he was attracted to a dead human. And he realizes that it's for real now. He's a ghoul. He needs to eat a dead human. And as this ghoul that's feasting on that human is about to kill him, one of the characters that he met before, which was the waitress at that shop he was at, her name is Kirishima, and she drops down and saves him. And essentially, you know, she's like, yo, man, you need to eat. And he's like, no, I won't eat. I'm a human. I'm a goddamn human. And then she's like, all right, well, if you won't eat, then I guess I'll have to give you a hand. And just boom, shoves some good old dead human down his throat. End episode. Very, very great episode in my opinion. Again, way too predictable for me. But, you know, first episode, you know, I'm not expecting it to, you know, have all these twists and turns. You know, it's just the first episode. I feel like this anime can really expand and do really, really wonderful things. We'll see what it can do so far, or in the coming future. But for the pilot episode, I thought it was really, really well done. I'd like to see, you know, if the story's gonna have, you know, a bunch of twists, which I'm sure that it will. I knew right off the bat that, you know, he was like he's a half ghoul type of thing. That's sort of obvious. He's not like a full blown ghoul, you know, because like half of his face has like the ghoul eye, then the other half he's just normal, and he's like actively trying to stop himself. Like, half of him is reaching out to eat the human, and the other half is bringing him back and trying to make him not eat the human. So my prediction is that's going to be an upstanding battle between himself trying to keep his own humanity while just having to prosper as a ghoul. He is a ghoul now. He's going to have to eat people and stuff like that. It's unfortunate for him, but he's going to have to try to maintain his humanity while doing that as well. I think the relationship that he's going to share with Kirishima is going to be a very interesting one. I'm excited to see what's going to happen with Hide, because he was dodging Hide throughout the entire second half of the episode. Hide's been trying to get in contact with him, but Kaneki's like, yeah, I'm a fucking ghoul. I don't got time for anything else. Really interested to see what happens. I'm really excited to see the second episode of Tokyo Ghoul, which is already out, which I'll be, you know, watching and reviewing, obviously. What did you guys think of the first episode of Tokyo Ghoul? Leave that in the comment section down below. If you have not seen Tokyo Ghoul, did this video inspire you to? Are you going to give it a shot? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like rating. It helps me out more than you can imagine, and it motivates me to review more anime for you guys. I hope you all have an awesome day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.